after a brief truce between protesters and the Ukrainian government, violence has broken out in the embattled country once again. The head of the protesters' medical service says that more than 100 people have been killed since this morning. Hundreds more have been injured in the clashes. Gunfire began again in Independence Square, a battleground for protesters. It's unclear how the fighting started, but members of the European Union met in Belgium today to discuss the crisis. The violence comes only after a viral video brought worldwide attention to the Ukrainian conflict. A 25-year-old citizen of Kiev simply wants people to know why people are fighting in the streets. She says, "I want the people who are here, who have dignity, who are brave. I want them to live a normal life. We want to be free." Even though the conflict seems far away, the video has struck a chord with many people who have seen it and shared it on social media. While the fighting continues in Ukraine, another country may be ready to negotiate. Six world powers, including the United States, have reached a deal with Iran, outlining negotiations over the country's nuclear program. The two sides also set a timetable for meetings over the next 4 months. Countries will start meeting in early March, with official talks set to begin March 17th. U.S. State Department officials said the meetings so far have been constructive and useful.
Coming up, Hurricane Sandy may be over, but its effects are still being felt. Find out how it's affecting New York next. Senator Charles Schumer is telling Army Corps engineers to close 6 upstate New York harbors. The closing of these harbors is happening because of the long-lasting effect left over from Hurricane Sandy. The problem is that there is no enough money to make these harbors fully functional again. So Schumer said it would cut the cost if they did extra dragging now. One of the harbors that is being closed is the Wilson Harbor in Niagara County. Massachusetts-based company GSI Incorporated has reached an agreement to buy Cicero JDAC technology for $94 million. GSI Incorporated purchased JDAC because the company was looking to expand its sales to the medical industry. GSI, which made $10 million last year in
Facebook just announced that they have plans to buy the messaging app WhatsApp for $19 billion. CNN's Lori Siegel has more on this story.
The price tag is astounding. It's Facebook's biggest acquisition by far. And it's new evidence that apps specializing in mobile messaging are the hottest corner of the social media market. Facebook will pay $12 billion in stock, $4 billion in cash, and $3 billion in stock stock grants for WhatsApp. Its co-founder and CEO will join Facebook's board. Now, if you remember, all of this comes just days after the Valentine's Day hookup between messaging app Viber and Japanese e-commerce firm Rakuten. Now, that deal was for $900 million, so a relative bargain compared to WhatsApp. This latest deal also makes the founders of photo messaging app Snapchat look like geniuses. If you remember, they turned down Facebook's $3 billion buyout offer late last year. You can bet that Snapchat's value took a leap higher with the latest news. So why all the frenzy for these upstart companies with little revenue but lots of users? Free mobile messaging apps are attractive alternatives to pricey text messaging, and they're gaining in popularity. WhatsApp says it has some 450 million monthly users. It also says it's adding more than 1 million new users every day. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg said in a statement, quote, WhatsApp is on a path to connect 1 billion people. The services that reach that milestone are all incredibly valuable. The mobile messaging wars might only be getting started with this latest eye-popping acquisition. Lori Siegel, CNN, New York.
Coming up on NCC News, Team USA men's hockey has advanced to the next round and is still in the running for the gold medal.
Boxer Tony Chow will be heading up to Buffalo this weekend to compete in the Golden Gloves tournament. The Syracuse University Boxing Club has only been active for about 2.5 years since it was discontinued in 1957. Captain Tony Chow will be competing in Golden Gloves this weekend, making him the first to go in boxing club history.
Been doing more running, try to work on more counters, combos, be more busy in the ring, but nothing too out of the ordinary.
I asked Tony if he was nervous, and he answered quickly.
Yeah, I'm nervous. I'm not really sure what kind of the level of competition will be because I've never fought them before, but I'm confident. I know how good I am. I know how good they are. And I'm sure I'll succeed.
There's no way a boxer isn't nervous. If you're about to get in a fight where it can affect your record or a championship or even a tournament like Golden Gloves, you're nervous. And that's completely normal. His nervousness is helping him out right now.
Tony said he has been having good sparring sessions with President Luzardo Reyes, as he is a more forward fighter than what he is used to.
He presents a pretty interesting style because he's like a come forward brawler, pressure fighter kind of guy with the overhand right. So yeah, I mean, presents with a good challenge, good stylistic matchup because I'm a counterpuncher on the back foot, come forward kind of guy, so it's good practice.
He's a good reader. He reads you very fast, which is one of his best qualities.
Even someone as advanced as Tony Too Sharp Chow has to start from the very basics. A simple 1-2 combination. Tony does not know what to expect this Saturday, but he will give it his all in hopes of success.
I'm expecting everything, to be honest. Like, I could expect someone way stronger, way faster. I'll just have to figure out a way to deal with it in the ring.
Syracuse champions on 3, 1, 2, 3. Syracuse champion!
Tony Chow, the best of luck as he will be representing Syracuse University at the Trough Music Hall in Buffalo, New York.
Well, I can't believe you actually got in there when you were able to throw around a few punches. What was that like?
That was definitely something. It's a lot more hard work than you think.
Yeah, what kind of hard work goes into being a part of SU boxing?
Well, Tony, this was his first time he was cutting weight, so that was pretty tough for him. He had to cut 5 pounds in a few days.
Yeah, cutting weight has been a problem for me because I'm a foodie. I love to eat a lot, so it's impossible for me to become a boxer, you know.
You certainly do have to have a strict diet, and then it's a lot of hard work in between. But great story, and we'll keep an eye out on for SU boxing.
The Special Olympics will be having their opening ceremony tomorrow afternoon. Athletes will begin competing on Saturday all through Sunday. The sports athletes will be competing include alpine skiing, cross country, snowshoeing, and figure skating. The Winter Games will take place all throughout Syracuse, like the Syracuse On Center and Great Peak Mountain Resort. The U.S. men's hockey team advanced to the semifinals with their win against the Czech Republic last night. USA scored 3 goals just in the first period. They ended up scoring to 5 goals against Czech Republic's 2 goals. And the next match for US will be Canada. This will be their rematch for the 2010 goal won by Canada.
Yes, well, and guys, on our 445 show, we've got a lot of great news coming up. The governor and the Department of Health are making a big push to end smoking in communities all around New York. And even though temperatures are starting to rise, we have to contend with rain and potentially flooding for New Yorkers. So no rest for the weary yet, but we'll have all that and more coming up at 4:45, gentlemen.
A motorcyclist loses a bet and dyes his hair, you wouldn't believe it, beard pink. We'll tell you why when we come back. Stick around. motorcycle man in Portland dyed his hair, beard, and eyebrows bright pink. This happened after he lost a football bet.
Steve Better is walking around with a bright pink look. The bet was for the Super Bowl game. If the Bronco would win the game, Better's friends will all shave their heads.
You better not like attention, that's for sure. So he turned his look into a positive kind of action. He posted his picture of himself with a poster stating that he will donate $500 if he gets 500 likes on Facebook. Well, he's got a good sense of humor.
If he gets 1,000 likes, he would donate $1,000 if the likes on his page have already passed 1,000.
And it looks like he's going to have to make good on that pledge. So 1,000 likes, do you think that means you have to do $1,000?
I think so.
Anyway, that's all for today. For more news, check out our website at nccnews.com.
Follow us on Twitter at NCC for the latest news.
I am Kevin Clark.
And I'm Samuel Lowe. Thanks for watching.